I know. If you're looking at the thumbnail, you're probably gonna hate this already. So, uh, I just watched this video, "No Straw, No Problem" by Catherine Elizabeth. She's a YouTuber. I forget what part of the country she lives in, but she said she was going to college in Boston. So I hope I get to collab with her someday. But she doesn't show me a whole lot of love on this channel, so I don't know if she'll ever even see this. Um, I found her through, what was that website? Oh my god, I'm blanking out. Pathshaker.com. Hi, Gemma. So one of the things she talked about in the video was, well, the name of her video, it's in the description below, and it's called hashtag no straw, no problem. And she said, one of the things about straws is that they are not biodegradable. So the only reason that I showed myself almost wasting 2 straws in the thumbnail is because these are actually paper straws. One of the things is, me and my wife are somewhat environmentally friendly. I would say I am more so than she is. I have no problem reusing things that have been used. I literally hate washing my coffee mug. I don't even use soap. I just like, when it comes to my coffee mug, I normally have this like little like black slash white like thing at the bottom just from the almond milk and coffee left over. I just never wash things because I don't want to waste the water. So what she was saying about straws was that if you go to a restaurant, oftentimes they'll throw a bunch of straws on the table, and you can put them in your glass and drink out of that. And she said they're not biodegradable. I remember it was this one really painful video, and it made me think of straws differently every time. And I'll have to dig it up and put it in the description. But there's a video of, I think it's a turtle in the sea that has a straw stuck in its nose, and it's really painful to watch. It's like 5 minutes of just this person trying to help the turtle survive because they're having a really hard time breathing, and they take tweezers and they pull this straw out of like a turtle's nose. And so what she said was, or what her call to action was, is that when she goes to restaurants, when she goes out to eat, is she says, I don't want a straw. I know I've had the experience. Actually, we were out to dinner last night, and there weren't any straws with our dinner, but I could totally see where they might just drop a bunch of them on the table. And she said, the moment that they're dropped on the table, and I've never been a waiter or waitress, so I could imagine this as well, is that the moment that those are dropped on the table, they get thrown out whether they're used or not. And I totally believe that because I think the moment that they're on the table, they could get wet or they could get something, and then that doesn't look good as a brand for the restaurant because something's not brand new. So one of the things she invites you to do, and I'm gonna invite you to do this as well, because it's said that in the next, like, I don't know how many years they've estimated, but I think in the next 50 years there's gonna be more plastic in the ocean than there will be animals and fish in the ocean. So one of the things we can do is start a movement by saying, I don't want a straw. When you go to buy a drink, whether it be Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or your whatever restaurant you go to, like, as they bring you water, which most places do, ask to not have a straw. Because the fact is, and she's right, she said this is, you can absolutely sip your drink without a straw, especially if it's not to go. I know some people will be really challenged with the idea of having something to go without a straw, because then, if you're driving in the car and sipping it could be a little messy. But do you really need the straw? Or could you have a metal straw in your car or something? Or when you drive up to Dunkin' Donuts and you have one of those reusable plastic ones that you bought that's like you can put in the dishwasher, could you bring that with you and say, hey, I have a reusable container. Could I drive up to the next window and hand it to you so that you can put the drink in there instead? I've never seen it done, but I don't see why it couldn't be done. Imagine yesterday, as I went to the UMass Lowell graduation, I have a travel cup and straw. Yeah, people have those all the time, and I think all the time we use them for like at home. I feel like we definitely have one in the cabinets here. Yeah, like this one right here. I think this. Yeah, and it's even got one of those things. So this is this is like a hard plastic. So this is glass, but the way that it's designed, it has that little ring at the bottom, so it stops it from exiting. What if you showed up to a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks and said, "Hey, could you put it in this instead?" Now I know that takes just a little bit of effort, but think about it. Let's say, let's say you get a coffee, I don't know, once a week, and you get a straw. That's 50 straws. This, let's see, this whole thing is 100. So you've saved half a box of those. Now, if they say in 50 years you're going to have more plastic than fish in the sea, multiply this by 50. I mean, that would, like, I wouldn't be able to hold that. And that's only from bringing it with you or just asking to not have a straw. And the other thing she said, which I totally agree with, hi, John Hulk-like. They have packaging that is basically made of fish food. They have packaging that is basically made of fish food? I'm not sure if you're saying that, Ian, I'm not sure if you're saying that the packaging is purposefully meant so that fish can eat it, or if it's fish, if it turns into fish food because it's in the ocean. Okay, good. Sounds good, Nate. I agree. I enjoy straws, but so this is one of the solutions is we got paper straws in the house. Like the other day, we used these just because Alyssa wasn't feeling well, and so because her neck was kind of messed up, so I gave her coffee with this so that she didn't have to crane her neck and hurt herself. But this is paper. This is recyclable. It's biodegradable, although I'm sure the ink isn't helping anything. So I mean, you could get paper straws for your house, or just have a bunch of paper straws in your car, especially if you're someone that gets a lot of takeout. Say, hey, don't give me a straw. I got my own. Or what if you ask your local, oh, sorry, I got off track again. The other thing she said was that if you go into a local place and you and your 5 friends start saying every time, hey, I don't want a straw. Sometimes, like small businesses, restaurants and stuff, they'll start taking notice. And one of the things you can start doing is having enough people ask it or hear you say it, that they say it. And then once you have a critical mass of people doing that, that company can start saying, would you like a straw with that? And when people start hearing that question that haven't heard it before, they say to themselves, wait, people don't use straws, or like people bring straws with them. So for this environmentally conscious out there that still have a habit of buying their coffees and stuff, here's a solution. It's very simple. You could go on Amazon, get a box of paper straws. That requires almost no effort, and it would cost, I don't know, $10, and it would serve you for, could be over a year. And I'm sure you have enough space in your glove box or in your side door to throw this box in there. And that would, if you really needed a straw, especially if you're driving and you don't want to spill it, that's one way to have it, but have it at least be environmentally friendly. And secondly, just an extra action that could feel a little uncomfortable, but who we kidding? Stepping outside our comfort zone is always a good thing. Is asking any kind of server that's about to serve you something that could have a straw with it, say, hey, could you not bring me a straw? So I wanted to forward Catherine's message. I wanted to bring it closer to home for people. I have my own big cup with me going, and that's awesome to hear. Hey, Libby. Yes, it's made so fish can eat it as food. Interesting. Ian, I don't know how to. I know that when people put links in comments, sometimes they like don't show up or something. But leave a comment if you, or I guess I can just look it up. Yeah, because that would be even better than these paper straws. Because if they're gonna end up in the ocean anyway, might as well be something that's useful to the ocean. But that was kind of all I had. Today's my Sunday day off. I'm going to grab, Alyssa left her medication at home, so I'm grabbing it and going to bring it back to her. And I was washing dishes and listening to some YouTube videos, and I was inspired enough by Catherine's to talk about it today. Also, one thing I've realized is I think I might be doing more than one live stream a day sometimes now, because I've found that since I make daily videos, I get multiple ideas per day, and I'm always asking myself, which one should I do it on today? Which one should I do it? And I think one of the problems that I've created for myself is when I come onto a live stream is that I sometimes, like very often, I feel like I need to stay on as long as people are watching. But I think if I'm doing a different topic, then it could be a different live stream. I could do it different time of the day. And sometimes I just have thoughts that I want to talk about and share with people. So you might start seeing that more from me. 33 days until the anniversary of our first. That's awesome. Libby, had you ever found? Oh yes, you did show on that video what our first video was that you found of me. Ben, you have to be a mod to add the links as far as. Oh, hey, while we're here, how do I make people a moderator? Add user, put user in timeout, add moderator. If I make someone a moderator, are they a moderator always? Oh, they are. Libby, you're getting status too. This is dope. Gemma, you're in. Ian, you're in. Yes. Never made moderators before. This is a first. Nate, moderator. This is sick. All right, so now all of you can, sometimes not often disappears, but rare. So now you guys can put in links. That's sweet. Oh, nice. And that kind of helps people recognize who shows up semi-often or not. Awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna log off today, or for now, but yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing multiple live streams a day because I have small topics that I don't need to talk about for an hour and a half. Sometimes it goes an hour and a half, but I think if I were to separate out the content, then people will get the little piece of what I'm talking about instead of starting off with one topic and then me talking about 6 different topics over an hour and a half. Yeah, I agree. Live streams are fun. I love being able to talk with people. You can help chat with people. I'll tell you what, Ian. One thing I think I'll say about trolls, I love trolls. Like recently, I have this video, that I know Libby loves it, is how to help your teacher put a pride flag in your classroom. And someone, I think they commented about 24 hours ago. It was they said you should change the name of it to teacher indoctrinates students to become FAGS. And and you know what I said to myself? I could delete this comment. I could shun this user from being able to comment on my channel. But one, as much as I don't like when they use crappy language on my channel, it puts another comment on it. And not just for me, but I think about one of the other videos I have that's at I think it's at 12,000 views right now, is why I have a pride flag in my classroom on my other channel, Zachary Watson. And the only reason that it actually grew last September, it started getting into suggested videos, was because haters and trolls kept commenting on it, and I kept just baiting them back and forth. And I would have pretty fairly, I don't know how philosophical this I could actually say, but I feel like fairly philosophical conversations with people, and those chats turned into hundreds of comments. It's at I don't know, 1.2, but it's over 1,000 comments now. And it was literally one troll that made up over 100 of them. And a bunch of you, if you guys have been watching my stuff for some time, the username is YY. They've literally been trolling me since last September, but they've contributed so many comments that even when they're hating on some material, they're actually helping to promote it, because the more comments on something, the more likely it is to get in a suggested video. So even if a troll is putting a bunch of stuff on a live stream, as long as it's not so annoying that it takes away from the chat, it's useful, because then it puts the live stream higher. if there's more and more people commenting and watching a live stream, the more likely it is to show up on someone's suggested video. So I welcome the trolls in, and I love the practice of kind of brushing off the haters and the trolls, because I think it makes me a stronger person. It makes me need to have more conviction about what I care about and what I'm talking about. And if I have more of those people in my life being the not just devil's advocate, but just being the devil themselves, I get better at defending myself. I get better at having a full response for why I do things. So I really welcome the trolls in, as long as they're not, I mean, in the chat, I think that's a little bit different story, but for comments, like, I'll let them comment all day. Every once in a while, if they're saying really disgusting things that are personally hateful to individuals, then I'll get rid of them. But I said let them especially if they don't have their own content. They're just giving, they make me relevant, really. Your channel's amazing. More live streams you do, the higher watch hours. Yeah, true. And I'm hoping for that as well. Quan say thanks, say goodbye. All right. Thanks, Ian. All right. I went to a live stream. They had like 140 dislikes from trolls. Hey, engagement is more important than likes or dislikes, because in the algorithm for YouTube, it actually doesn't necessarily matter whether it's a like or dislike. I'm pretty sure things that have a ton of dislikes still go up. Am I on Twitter? Yes, it's Zach Thinkshare is my Twitter account. Hey, thank you, Gemma. All right, I'm gonna sign off for now, and I think I'll probably have more dislike, and stay weird, humans. Bye.